So guys, we'll teach them emoji. And today, okay, we'll start this one. Sorry guys. Mom actually turned it on my video off. So this is actually part 2 of the video.
You talking to yourself?
No, heading back. Here's the alligators. See.
Why are you still smiling?
I just got done from alligators. So this is part 2 right now. We're heading back. We're start the swamp of Louisiana. The alligators, see if they're gonna move. This dude's been smiling for a while. He hasn't been moving that much.
I'm gonna reach out there and touch you, Mom.
We're getting closer to him.
Bye-bye, alligator. Oh, look, it's blinking.
Now we're leaving the
See you later,
alligators.
alligator.
And here they go. Bye-bye, alligators. Bye-bye. And there goes the alligators. So we're gonna see if we can see. There were other alligators that we saw earlier. Because the person driving the ship threw some marshmallows at the alligators. So, and he came and eat them. So
Smells good, Mama.
let's see if we can see more alligators. Oh, here they are again. Bye-bye. They're not moving anymore, though.
It's not smelling.
There's another alligator. Right there. If you guys can see him. Right there. I'm trying to get the screen good. There we go. It's the best we can do. My screen keeps shaking while I'm shaking. I was so scared at first.
Alligators normally will eat fur animals. We're talking like rabbits, squirrels, things they can crunch up and swallow whole. They also eat the birds and the fish. But the birds and the fish are a little faster than the fur animals. An alligator is an opportunist feeder. They'll eat once a day or once every 2 weeks.
Oh, there's the other.
Whatever the food's available.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh, there's the
And they'll
marshmallow.
actually eat into the regurgitated.
I know you guys can barely see his head.
They sound like some friends of mine.
That's a lot.
Look, he barely has his head sticking out.
But let's say an alligator caught something a little too large to swallow whole.
Right there.
Let's say they grab like that white-tailed geese. They drag it there into the water and they go into what's called the death roll. They drown the deer. Then they try to rip a piece of meat off. A lot of times the deer's a little too tough. So what they do is they stuff the deer underneath a log or a branch under the water and they let them marinate. Tenderize it to the
I see one.
After it's nice and
It's on that
tender,
branch.
then they come back and try to rip a piece of meat off. So I can honestly tell you fell overboard. An alligator would never show up in cage birds. Don't you feel better? In the state of Louisiana, in the last 20 years, we've had 4 alligator attacks. 1 fatality. Our dog got worse ragged than that. Speaking of dogs, a lot of people tell me that alligators love dogs. What's a dog? Furry animal. What's a dog do when he sees something like an alligator?
Probably tries to attack.
Jumping up and down and barking, I'm over here! Talk about a dead giveaway. Especially those Mexican snacks and chihuahuas. But yeah, alligators do eat their fair share of dogs.
So do they have a halfway decent memory if they preserved a deer underwater?
They remember where they put
and they
it.
have a half-mile hunting area. They remember where they put it?
They're not gonna go far from it. There's no reason for them to move their food right there.
Right.
I mean, they've got small brains, but they use all of their brains.
Heading back.
We've got big brains, and we use part of our brains.
Guys, we're heading back.
See what a genius is like 15
See more
minutes of brains.
alligators. There's some more animals.
Now we do have a bunch of different types of snakes out here. There must be 35 different types of snakes. But there's only 6 of them that are actually deadly. 3 of them are rattlesnakes. The eastern diamondback, the temper, and the pygmy rattlesnake. There's copperheads. The most common snake of all is a water moccasin. It's got the nickname the cottonmouth. The inside of its mouth is the color of raw cotton. Kind of a whitish pink. He's also the most aggressive. I've seen him come out to a boat on a lake. Now you get bit by one of these snakes, they ask you to bring the snake in with you where it can be properly identified. And you can start treatment immediately. If not, you're going to wait till it half killed you, then figure out what kind of snake it was by the way it's attacking the body. Which brings us to the most unusual and the most deadliest snake. It's a coral snake. What makes it so unusual, when you think of deadly snakes, you always think of those big fangs. The snake don't have no fangs. It has a non-nerve it any way it can pinch the skin, especially between the fingers, on the earlobe. It attacks the nervous system directly, slowly shutting down the nervous system till it shuts down the major organ. There is no antidote. How did they make the antidote? They literally milk the venom. They turn the venom into an antivenom. There's no veins to milk the coral snake. And we talk about snakes like 3 feet long, it's banded red, yellow, and black. Kind of like a king snake, a Louisiana milk snake.
Who is he?
An alligator coming towards us in that corner.
Oh, I see it.
He's sick.
You see his head though right there? His little eyes? I know you guys can barely see him.
Yeah, let me see.
They ain't sick.
He's right back there.
I don't see them. I see something.
See it coming?
No.
Oh, he threw the marshmallow? It's coming. Guys, it's coming to the marshmallow.
I don't see it.
He's sick.
You see it after water?
Oh, yeah, I see it. I see it.
There it is, guys.
I see it coming.
There it is coming.
The marshmallow's coming closer. Over here it goes. To the no.
Come on, buddy, we ain't got all day.
He take it too long.
Oh, he coming?
They must not be afraid of the boat, or they're accustomed to it.
They're accustomed to the boat. You go in an area that's not used to people feeding them or stuff, you get 50 foot away and they go under.
Right. These guys are probably used to eating.
Right. All they did, just to have them get used to the boat. It's like riding a train and you can see a deer. Trains make a hell of a lot of noise, but the deers get used to the train passing all it over.
There he goes, guys.
It's just a part of us coming back here a lot. But sometimes we'll see deer in Georgia and they're not even afraid of us.
Oh my gosh. It looks so close on my camera. Look at his head. What's coming around us? It's coming around the back.
Now what's the term with the color of an alligator? They bury themselves in that humus a lot, it stains them. If you lay up on the sun and sunbathe a lot, it bleaches them. So their habits give them different colors. He's a little bit lighter than the other ones. He sunbathes a lot.
It's on his leg.
There's.
That's it.
They're looking at their seagulls.
Go ahead, lay it.
Did anybody see that?
And he going underwater. See guys, I was doing at the water the whole
These
time.
snakes do climb up in the trees to sunbathe. I had a woman one time, she went to grab some of that vanished moths out of the trees. And when she did, a snake fell into the boat. They scared the hell out of that poor snake. You bring a snake into the boat, it's yours. You decide you don't want it, you get rid of it. I've had enough fun with snakes to last a lifetime. I was walking on the hard banks and I come so close to one of them water moccasins. I could hear him shaking his tail, and he ain't got no rattle. Sounds just like a rattlesnake. I come to a complete stop. And when he stopped shaking his tail, I looked down, he was 6 inches in front of my foot. I let him go his way, then I went my way, totally opposite direction.
Here's to my sister Talia. And also subscribe to her channel. What's your channel?
Now, we don't hunt alligators like most people think. You come out here with a gun and you shoot an alligator. He's going to sink to the bottom and you're never going to find him.
What?
We use a little Cajun technology.
Talia's Reborn
That's
Nursery.
an
You heard it.
iron
Subscribe to
40
Talia.
inch nozzle
Talia's
around
Reborn
about 30
Nursery.
foot long.
Look.
You tie one end of that line to the base of a tree, and you pin the hook up in the branches about 2 foot out that water. And you bait it with some chicken 4 or 5 days old. It's not going to move, it's not going to make any noise, it's going to smell good for the alligator to find it. The alligator come along at night, he can smell that good chicken, he can jump off,
Old
pull the
fossil.
hook out the tree, and he follows it whole. He ain't got no chewing teeth. All he got is them biting teeth. So once he realizes he's hooked, he ain't going nowhere. Next day you come along and run your line, your hook's not up in the tree, you know you got your alligator, just slowly pull him up. And when the head of that alligator hits the top of the water, you get a judgment call. If it's less than 6 foot, my family will let him go. Just cut that line. An alligator's going to dissolve an iron hook in about a month. They'll digest bone in 3 or 4 days. Brass or stainless steel can't digest that. But before we throw somebody overboard, watches and jewelry, all that's going to come off. We don't want to hurt no alligators. Now, if he's over 6 foot, you shoot him right behind the eyes, 22 hollow point. That's where the brain and the spinal cord connect. Kills him instantly. You drag him into the boat and you insert his tag, 6 inches from the end of the tail. The way you get these tags, you have to own land or lease land with alligators. Wildlife and fish are going to go out to your land and they survey it. If they estimate you got 100 alligators and they want to get rid of 3%, they'll issue you 3 tags. Tags are issued to the hunter, to the land, and they're non-transportable. You get caught hunting alligator on somebody else's land, that's poaching. The maximum penalty for poaching is 10 years in jail, no probation. I've heard of people going to jail for murder, you're not less than 10 years. In the state of Louisiana, there's nearly 2 million alligators. We take out about 40,000 just to control the population. And a lot of people ask how much we get paid for the alligators. From year to year, that's a different price. Back in the 80s, we would get as much as $69 a liquid foot, just for the hide. Last year, 10-foot alligator worth $10 a liquid foot for the whole alligator, with the meat and everything. That's because the alligator farms are producing close to 200,000 alligators. Supply and demand. So I always tell people, the more alligator you eat, the more alligator farms are going to try to produce. The more they produce, the cheaper it is for the wild alligator. Less chance of anybody poaching them. My family, we get 12 tags. The price ain't going to make us or break us.
See any more alligators? Haven't seen any more alligators or gators or crocodiles. Pause them right there. Fun fact about alligators. the short name for alligator. If you guys don't know that. Also, subscribe if you guys didn't know that. Smash.
The well up ahead of us
You guys
used
do
to
that?
produce
Smash
natural
like
gas, but it lost its ability to flow.
Click the subscribe
It's just a matter of time
if
before
you
they
want
come
to.
out here and see it
Or
ain't a well.
like if you want to.
Plug it up, man.
Turn on that video.
That's when they go down into the hole and put a cement plug. Then they come up and dynamite it.
So you don't miss
Whatever
all
they
the
can remove,
videos.
they remove, which is pretty much everything.
Are these wells privately owned?
It's mom and pop companies that are working these wells these days. The
So
major
like-
oil companies are the ones that started drilling in this swamp.
Okay.
But as they move to offshore, they show off the inshore stuff.
Okay.
So it's not the landowner that owns the well, it's the company that comes in here and drills it. They have the mineral rights to the land. And the landowner gets a part of the profit called the royalty. My dad got a check, used to get a check there. I've seen him get a check for 4 cents. They really wrote him a check for 4 cents. And there he is, you better cash it where they can books can balance. Yeah. The big family plants you see all over back up in the east, all over doing it too. It's called the palmetto palm. It's related to the palm tree of Florida. But the palm tree of Florida's got an 8 to a 10-foot trunk system. This here palmetto palm grows directly on its roots. Underneath that there palmetto palm, there's an edible palm.
Did you guys see my rap?
Eat it
Because
raw,
it
it
was
tastes like
straight
cold.
fire.
You marinate it in
I really
salad
wish
dressing.
I
It's sold at a more fashionable restaurant. It's hard to
start
home.
uploading for you guys, kind of.
You get one per plant. The homie Indians
Posting a
used
little
the fan
while.
pots to weave
I
baskets.
just posted part one of
And
this.
they also made their huts out of
Didn't
fan
see
pots
that.
today, palmetto palm.
Okay,
You see they get lost out here with plenty of food, shelter.
because I was holding an
You don't believe me? I took 2 alligators on the bank on the other side of the catwalk.
It's one of those spoilers.
To the right? Well, that was there to the left, but then 2 to the right, that was on the other side of the catwalk. On the bank.
There's an alligator right there.
I got 1 to the left and 2 to the right, and 1 right down underneath me.
You guys see,
And see that over there too.
there's 2 alligators.
See that over
One
there
right
too.
there, one right there.
Over here.
And there's,
Oh, he is right there. He's
There's-
looking for his marshmallow.
there's 2 more right over there too.
Don't make it work way more.
Guys, there's 2 more alligators over there. And there's
You
alligator
think here and put somebody over?
right there.
He's sick. Y'all have to do about fall in, right? Get a picture. What else you gonna do? He's sick. He's sick.
Oh,
He's sick.
there's one with you.
He's sick. He's sick.
I'm scared to get them.
He's sick. Open up. Look at me. He's sick. Right there. There you go.
That look like.
Get that other one. Woodrow, get the other one.
Oh guys, it's so
See, 1,
close to him.
2. You see? Open up.
It was so close to you. It was so close.
Well, now you know how I get bit once every year. You see? Now you see. You see? Open. A little wider. Come on, a little wider. You're not making it easy for me today, are you? You see? Now you see. You see? Close enough?
What the heck?
Wait, we tell our good tour guides for the baddest, but how many fingers they have left?
Guys, I can't believe how close he got to the alligator right there. That was so crazy. That was probably crazier than the last video. This dude is still just chilling.
Right the alligator.
Player just threw one at him. I'm gonna throw it. 3, 2. I just threw that one. Whoa.
Funny how he just looked away.
Guys, he just ate the marshmallow I just threw at him. Bye-bye, alligator. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe. Then on the passes. Bye.
Yeah, really?
Look, because if it go home.
Hey guys, you heard it from the alligator himself. The alligator says smash.
Alligators start that mating
Guys,
there. It's
you
around
heard the alligator
May.
himself. He says smash like and subscribe.
And a male
Don't forget
alligator
to turn on
gonna bellow
notifications.
like a
Hey,
frog.
you guys, now you got to do it because the alligator said it, guys. You gotta do it
Apparently
now.
works.
You guys,
One
the
male
alligator
can
alligator
take
does that.
15 to 20.
right there.
Female alligators in the season.
You heard
what a
it from
busy
himself.
man.
Smash the
Once
like
that
button.
female alligator gets
himself.
old enough to start mating, 7 to 10 years old, she gonna be ready for mating every year for the rest of her life. If she could possibly live to be 100 years old. Can you imagine that, 100 years old and pregnant? Definitely one of the neatest things in the world. Once the female alligator mates, she gonna swim back to that black grassy area. She gathers the mud, grass, any weeds and vegetation she can find. It takes about 6 days to build the nest. When she's finished, that nest is 3 feet tall, 7 foot in diameter. She'll climb on top of the nest, dig a hole with her hind legs, and she'll lay an average of 50 eggs, 50. Now, alligators don't have no body heat to incubate the eggs. What's gonna incubate them?
The sun.
Someone actually cook them, but the vegetation, when it starts to decompose, produces heat, like a compost pile. And alligators do not have the X and Y chromosomes like we do. They rely on a heat control chromosome. Temperature of the nest determines sex. If the temperature of the nest is 85 degrees and below, they're all female. 86 and above, they're all male. Normally going to be one sex or the other. And it's possible to have a mixed litter, but that would mean the eggs were separated the time they were laid. Sex is determined between the first and the second week of the incubation period. Incubation period is some 60 to 65 days, and the female alligator protects the nest from snakes and raccoons. 96% of the eggs are going to hatch, but only 15% actually become top of the food chain. The rest of them are going to die off the carnivore fish or birds. Once an alligator is 2.5 foot long, the only thing you got to worry about is bigger alligators than humans. And alligators will eat alligators. I've seen a 12-foot alligator eating a 3.5-foot alligator. Shit happens. Mama alligator watches their young for 2 months. She never feeds them. They're going to feed on the own. They get in trouble. They do a little bellowing, and Mama comes running. And then some years after about a week
I
or
know
two,
you just
Mom
cursed, don't worry
has
about it. Guys,
she eat them or
I made
leave
a
them.
video where I do much.
Can't blame her. 90
Look at my
living in
video
a
if you see another
lifestyle. But my
alligator.
mother wasn't like that. And you know the old
Much
saying,
so.
you brought them into the world,
I'll come back to you guys.
you can take them out there. She make them out of what you like. Like, we're not going to meet you, Johnny. We have 50 Johnny
Make a
next
part 3
year.
if we see something else or something else, but you will not see much.
The world could do without one less
So,
Johnny
see you
there.
guys in the next video. Peace. TJ.
I know a lot of people see little alligators. Each couple form raised alligators. The way the alligator get started, they go into the wild. And they steal the eggs from the female alligator. They need special permission from the wildlife. Ain't no man, though.
Gaming.
In captivity.